back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Back from Jasper, back in the studio, and thought I'd give you guys a Sunday night update, take a look at where things are at. Just before I get started on the update, did just want to mention thank you all so much for all your tremendous support here over the last few months. I'm closing in on 6,000 subscribers, less than 100 away now. If you haven't already and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Would love to hit 6,000 here before the end of the year. With all that said, let's get started. So we know the Edmonton Oilers have been scouting the Columbus Blue Jackets for their last 3 games. Scout Warren Reichel, goalie scout Jeff Saleko, and head of professional scouting and assistant GM Brad Holland have been among those in attendance. Mark Spector noted that it was only Saleko, who lives in Columbus, in attendance for the Oilers on Saturday night. According to Brian Hedger, there is no Oilers scouts in attendance tonight, but Spencer Martin is playing for the Columbus Blue Jackets, with Merzlikins backing him up. Elliot Friedman mentioned on 32 Thoughts that one of his sources indicated the Oilers could be looking at multiple players on the Blue Jackets, leading to speculation this could lead to a bigger deal. On Oilers Now, Bob Stauffer and Frank Saravalli briefly discussed a potential deal, noting that Columbus goalie Elvis Merzlikins would welcome a change of scenery and that the Oilers players have a lot of respect for Elvis. Also of note, Elvis's agent is Edmonton-based agent Jerry Johansson. Elvis is signed for this year and the next 3 years to come at a $5.4 million cap hit. Columbus is set to deal with a 3-goalie situation in the next week. Netminder Daniel Tarasov is returning from injury. He's been sent to the AHL on a conditioning stint, but must be recalled by next Sunday. This doesn't force a trade, but it means Columbus will need to place Tarasov or current backup goaltender Spencer Martin on waivers. It's possible the Oilers could also be interested in Martin. Martin is signed for just this season at $762,500. Elvis Merzlikins has been the focal point of the Columbus speculation, but we'll see if it does become a bigger and potentially more complicated deal. The big factor in this is, of course, Jack Campbell. It's believed the Oilers intend to recall Jack this week, but it's not a certainty. Jack has been playing well of late, riding a .944 save percentage into last night's game against Texas. But he did surrender 4 goals last night, including an ugly one, to open the game, so that may or may not factor into the Oilers' decision. Stuart Skinner will be coming off a 5-day break, so there is no rush to bring Jack back. If Jack does come back, one of Adam Ernie or Sam Gagner will likely be heading back to Bakersfield. James Hamlin has been excellent and should have a spot secured. I personally would put Sam Gagner in that same category. At this point, I'm going to guess that Jack Campbell gets his recall, and we see him in action soon with the Oilers, likely against New Jersey next Sunday, or Chicago on the 12th. Will a trade happen? There's definitely smoke, but not enough to say anything for certain. Columbus can put Spencer Martin on waivers, the Oilers can continue to roll with Skinner and Pickard, or Skinner and Campbell for the time being. But what we've seen to this point confirms a possible move is being considered. I think the Oilers should make a goalie move at some point, but if Campbell bounces back, they may decide it's not necessary. It also sounds like Columbus is going to move Elvis Merzlikins at some point, but there is no clear timing on that either. This 5-day break was an ideal time for the Oilers to make a move, but with the Jackets waiting on Tarasov, the timing might not have been right for them. But meanwhile, the Oilers are rolling, currently on a 4-game winning streak, and now just 3 games under 500. The early returns from head coach Chris Knobloch and assistant coach Paul Coffey have been a success, and the pressure to make a move isn't so dire. As Kurt Levins noted today, if it looks like the Oilers may be playing differently, that is because they are. One key change is in the transition game from the blue line. A benefit of playing zone is that you generally know where everybody else is on the ice. That makes a quick transition up the middle an option in a high percentage of sequences, and with this set of high-octane forwards, getting the puck up to them fast is critical. Thank you, Paul Coffey. And a special congratulations as well to our captain, Connor McDavid, on being inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame. Well, that is the latest, guys. No trade to report yet, but it still remains a distinct possibility throughout this week. Do the Oilers go with Jack Campbell? Do they make a trade for Elvis? It's anybody's guess at this point. Like I said, there's a lot of smoke out there. Is there enough fire? We shall wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.